Cortex is the productivity stack. This is the stack you want to take for total mental energy, total mental dominance, total motivation, verbal fluency, focus, and the drive to get work done. Get the Cortex Nootropic stack at livecortex.com. Feel what it feels like to fire on all cylinders.
What's up, everybody? I am your nootropics and performance enhancing information wizard, Ryan Michael Bell. Thanks so much for being with me. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/cortexstack, on the web at livecortex.com/blog, where I tried to mildly do an Owen Wilson there, where we've got a lot of information about nootropics and performance enhancement. It's probably the biggest reservoir of nootropics information, from PRL-853 to modafinil to Noopept, on the web, livecortex.com/blog. Okay, look, let's talk about alpha lipoic acid and really introducing ALA into your everyday stack. My staple stack of nootropics that I take every day is inositol, phenylalanine. I take the spectrum of B vitamins, L-tyrosine, and a bunch of minerals, and then all the amino acids. L-tyrosine is one of them, but all the essential amino acids: lysine, leucine, arginine, cysteine, other ones. And so that's essentially my staple stack. Now from there, I'll take racetams and Noopept and modafinil situationally, specifically. So if I need to work on a lot of things that require large quantities of mental capacity and processing, then I'll shoot for prem-racetam or some of the racetams, Noopept, etc. Right? And that's what those things are used for. But there's some instances where I just don't need to engage in those things, so I'll just sort of take the staple stack, and the staple stack gives me all around general good brain function like this, right? And so, but what I've added into my staple stack is alpha lipoic acid, and I just, these days, I'm beginning more and more to think how much more of a nootropic alpha lipoic acid is compared to other nootropics. You have to think about these things this way. And by the way, I broadened my view of nootropics via fussing with ALA. This stuff is like a miracle compound to me. And there's basically, for the sake of this argument, there's two classes of nootropics you can take. Ones that from the front end improve brain performance. That is, they increase neurotransmitter quantity, or they modulate receptor sites to increase neurotransmitter strength. That is the choline sources, Noopept, all the racetams, even modafinil. That's tyrosine to some, tyrosine. That's phenylalanine. It's L-dopa. It's theanine. It's all these sort of things that go and work directly on neurotransmitters. That's from the front end. The other class of nootropics is compounds that you take that work on improving the brain from the back end. And they sort of do it from the reverse. Instead of just increasing a neurotransmitter, they might actually increase a neurotransmitter, but largely they are taking care of things that make your brain work bad. They're not just trying to make your brain work good and not even fussing with the things that make your brain work bad. They're actually targeting the things that make your brain work bad. And one of the major things that make your brain work bad is oxidation. It's basically free radicals, and chemicals and toxicity happening from the environment, from byproducts of food. Maybe your immune system is sending inflammatory cytokines to your brain. Who knows, right? That certainly does happen. And so alpha lipoic acid is this nootropic that crosses into the brain via the blood-brain barrier. It actually crosses over the blood-brain barrier, which is why it's a nootropic, because it gets directly into the brain and acts as a free radical scavenger. It acts as a massive antioxidant within brain cells. This is very, very potent. So what you're doing is, from the back end, you're taking care of things that damage the brain and make the brain not function well, and as a result, your brain functions well. But it also increases either the release or the quantity of acetylcholine. I forget which one it was, but I read it on some literature on alpha lipoic acid. It also increases brain glutathione, major detox chemical. Again, going from the back end and improving brain performance by hitting on things that damage brain function, okay? So the basic gist of this video is I've added ALA to my everyday stack. My dose is 100 to 200 milligrams. It'll all depend, because I've got 100 milligram capsules of it. I just didn't want to get a big bag and have to weigh it out. I kind of hate doing that. And so, I'll take a 100 milligram capsule in the morning with my staple stack of inositol and phenylalanine and tyrosine and B vitamins, and the amino acids. And then sometimes later on, really kind of arbitrarily, if I decide, hey, I want to, take some more alpha lipoic acid, because I actually get acute nootropic benefits from it. So if I want to improve brain performance from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. or something, and I'm not taking phenylpiracetam or some of these other compounds that we know predictably work for that, then I'll take some ALA at another 100 milligram quantities and turn my brain on thereafter. But I gotta say, ALA is like so different in this regard that it goes from the back end and improves brain performance. It just clears everything out. I mean, like literally, clear. That's the word, clear. It just lifts fog and lifts lack of fluidity and lifts stuff. You really got to get onto alpha lipoic acid, and if folks are thinking like, oh, it's not a traditional nootropic or something, you are wrong. That is one of the most powerful nootropics there are, all things considered. I would definitely argue that it falls into that category of like the true definition of nootropics: no side effects, no toxicity, helps the brain, is neuroprotective, these sorts of things. ALA, baby, get some, use some, and thanks for watching.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching the video. Thanks for being with me. Ryan Michael Balla here. Check it out. These 4 are our powerful nootropic products. So start from the top. You're going to want to hear this. Number 1, the Cortex stack. That is our powerful pre-made stack. This is the stack you want to take if you want to get work done. Let me just be serious with you. I created that stack running a company 18 hours a day to get my brain to have massive verbal fluency, total motivation, right? Total overall mental fluidity, lots of mental energy, lots of drive to work. I mean, entrepreneurs need brain performance. We created that stack for people that really, really need brain performance and ain't messing around. The Cortex stack, get it at livecortex.com. You will love that stack. Those digital guides, we'll start from the Racetam God Guide. That guide is a digital stack list of some of the most highly effective brain state specific Racetam stacks on the planet. I mean, basically you're getting oxiracetam, piracetam, aniracetam, phenylpiracetam, coliracetam, faciracetam, nefaracetam, pramiracetam stacks, very powerful stacks of all those racetams laid out in that guide. The New Pep Pro stack list is a giant list of sublingual, oral, and nasal new pep stack. So we've got just myriads of lists of very specific, very surgical new pep stacks that are highly effective, time tested. I mean, you take one of those stacks, your brain turns on, you will thank me. That thing is digital too. These are all digital, downloaded at livecortex.com. And then lastly, Smarter, Better, Faster is a digital guide that teaches anybody that's within the 1 to 2 year range of taking nootropics, how to take nootropics, how to think about taking nootropics, how to use nootropics surgically to really get optimal brain performance, to totally dominate the realm of nootropics. It gives you very many stacks, my favorite stacks, everything from modafinil, caffeine, theanine protocols to aniracetam, microdosing protocols, to uridine, ALA, Alcar, choline stacks, to basically everything else in between. If you want the most powerful stacks on the planet, you want my personal stacks and my personal philosophy on taking nootropics, get the Smarter, Better, Faster guide. Get all these guides. Get all of this good nootropic stuff at livecortex.com. We make elite level nootropic products for elite level nootropic players. Are you one of them? Let's find out. livecortex.com. Make it happen. Thanks for being with me.